Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Papago Park in Phoenix. Tom Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in the 2016 Meltdown Classic, and we are underway in the Upperclass Division Championship game, and it features the Desert Dawgs and Gauchos White. As we are again underway here at Papago Park, it's the Meltdown Classic put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics, and we are underway. Nothing wrong with an early start, although today it caused us to at least miss the first hitter. It was a leadoff walk for the Desert Dawgs. Kabiaskes over at first base. The leadoff hitter for the Desert Dawgs over there by way of the walk. And now it's the number 2 hitter at the plate, Alex Chavez. And Chavez fouls that pitch away. Again, we get settled in here at Papago Park. Haven't been on this field, Field 3, in quite a while. Most of the championship games we get to are over on Field 2, but this one, Field 3, and that works just fine for us as the toss goes over to first base and the runner back. So we'll settle in here for this Upperclass Division Championship game. And the next pitch on the way, it's a big breaking ball over for a called third strike, and Alex Chavez the first out of the ball game. He's called out on strikes, and that'll bring up Michael Martinez. We'll get you through the lineups for both squads here as we progress through the ball game. But again, it's Yaskes at first base by way of the leadoff walk. Then Chavez strikes out, so 1 on and 1 out for the number 3 hitter Michael Martinez, and he takes high for ball 1. Nathan Page will bat 4th for the Desert Dawgs. Then Danny Rodriguez bats 5th. Nate Montoya hits 6th. Justin Knippel is the 7th hitter. Angelo Bedini bats 8th. As the next pitch is a fastball high, and it's 2-0. Adrian Talbo, the number 9 hitter. Eduardo Jimenez bats 10th, and Noah Huerta rounds out the order for the Desert Dawgs as they hit 11 in today's championship ball game. Pretty good lead over at first base for Yaskes, but the next pitch maybe took a little off there. It looked like Martinez was out in front of a pitch that was elevated, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Tyler Durrell, the starting pitcher for the Gauchos. He's walked a hitter and struck out a hitter in the first 2 at-bats, or first 2 plate appearances anyway. And the ball popped up into foul territory, and a long run over, and a sliding catch. And a nice play by the Gauchos catcher. It's Tim Pettit that makes the play. And that is out number 2. So Pettit over there to make the play. 2 away in the inning for Nathan Page. Runner at first, still now 2 away in the top of the first inning for the Desert Dawgs. A Gauchos White trying to get out of this top of the first inning after a leadoff walk. And a fastball to Page is high for ball 1. Now the set and the 1-0 pitch on the inside corner, a strike, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. And a big curveball over the outside corner this time, and the count goes to 1-2 on Page. Again, scheduled for a 4 o'clock first pitch. The first one came across at 3:58. And again, end of a 2-day tournament. Nothing wrong with getting started a couple of minutes early, as the curveball is a line drive, and that's past the first baseman and into right field. Esquez will make the turnaround second base, and he will go into third, and that'll put runners at the corners after Nathan Page delivers a single into right field. So that puts runners at first and third for Danny Rodriguez. Rodriguez in there and ready as Durrell looks in and has the sign he wants. And the first pitch on the way, and that's low and inside, ball one. We'll set the defense for the Gauchos, but again, keep in mind it's open substitution, especially defensively. They can move players around every inning if they like, but Noah Tippery starts in left field for the Gauchos. Trevor Phelan is in center field, and Mason Peart plays right. Pitch over for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Tucker Bates starts at third base for the Gauchos. Their shortstop is Jake Kelly. Then it's Logan Livingston at second base, and Isaiah Montoya at first. Tim Pettit works behind the plate, catching Tyler Durrell. Here comes the 1-1, and that's low for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. It's Yeskes at third base and Page at first with 2 outs in the top of the first. And a half swing and a miss there from Rodriguez, and the count goes to 2-2. Runner from first base takes off, breaking ball over for a called third strike, and Rodriguez is retired, and so are the Dawgs in the top of the first inning. No runs, a base hit, plus a walk. 2 runners left on, and after a half inning of play, it's the Desert Dogs nothing, and the Gauchos coming up. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Trevor Phelan leads off for the Gauchos white and takes strike one. And the next pitch high for a ball, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That's high, 2 balls and a strike. So Phelan leads off for the Gauchos. Noah Tippery bats second from left field. Tyler Durrell, the pitcher, hits third. Then Jake Kelly, the shortstop, is fourth. The 2-1 pitch. That's fouled out of play. And the count evens at 2-2. After Kelly, then Isaiah Montoya bats fifth. Tucker Bates is sixth. Noah Ackman bats seventh. Hitting eighth is Logan Livingston. Tim Pettit will bat ninth. So the next one misses for a ball, and it's 3-2. Then Mason Peart 10th. Dominic Zamora is 11th. Hunter Kabowski 12th. And Kyle Owens bats 13th. The 3-2. Off the handle, and a soft liner over the head of the third baseman into left field, and it's a leadoff base hit to get things going for the Gauchos in the bottom of the first. So Phelan with the leadoff single, and he is on at first for Noah Tippery. See if we can get the defense set here as the first one at Tippery is low for a ball. Nathan Page on the mound for the Desert Dogs here in this championship game of the Meltdown Classic. His battery mate Adrian Talbo. Then it's Nate Montoya at first base. Gabe Yeskes plays second. Alex Chavez, the shortstop. Justin Knipple at third as the runner takes off, and the ball popped foul into foul territory on the right side, and that will fall for a foul ball as the count goes to 1-1. So we got you around the infield. The outfield for the Desert Dogs, Danny Rodriguez in left field, Michael Martinez in center, and Angelo Bedini is in right field. No score, bottom of the first inning. Leadoff hitter aboard for the Gauchos as the toss goes to first base, and Phelan is back. And a runner goes, and that ball punched into right field, and this time it's a fair ball, and it's going to get past the right fielder as Bedini will give chase. Coming around third base is Phelan. He will score. It's an RBI double for Noah Tippery, and the Gauchos lead 1-0. So a good start for the Gauchos here in the bottom of the first inning. A single and then an RBI double, 2 hitters and a run across. And they'll look to keep it going as Tyler Durrell, the pitcher, steps in. And the first pitch misses for ball 1 to Durrell. Jake Kelly next for the Gauchos. Now the set, the check back, and a shot off the glove of the second baseman, Vasquez. And looked like he might have had a chance to play that one on a line, but it got on him in a hurry, and he wasn't able to haul it in, so it goes into shallow right field. Tippery goes to third base, and Durrell is aboard at first. Not aboard for long, though, as he comes off, and Trevor Phelan comes back on as a courtesy runner for the pitcher. First and third with a run in, and the batter, Jake Kelly. And a first pitch fastball over for a strike to Kelly, and it's 0-1. Yeah, the next pitch over for a strike as the runner takes off, and the throw to second base short hops the shortstop Chavez and goes into center field, and that'll bring in another run. So Phelan running for Durrell steals second. And as that ball gets by and into center field, an error allows Tippery to score, and it's 2-0 Gauchos. Count goes to 0-2 on Kelly. And he tomahawks a breaking ball. That's a fair ball down the left field line, and that's going to go all the way into the corner. Giving chase is Rodriguez as another run is in. Kelly stops at second. He's got an RBI double, and the Gauchos lead 3-0. Now the first baseman, Isaiah Montoya. And Montoya going after the first one, fouls it off. Pitch high for a ball. 1-1 they count. Runner at second base. Still nobody out for the Gauchos. 3 runs in. Desert Dogs had a chance at the top of the first inning. A leadoff walk. Then a couple of outs before a base hit. Put runners at first and third, but a strikeout ended the inning. Page with a set as he looks back to second in the pitch. And that's off the handle. Soft pop-up. And going to get just over the head of the shortstop. Good effort for Chavez, but he can't bring it in. And it'll be another base hit. 5 hitters up. All 5 have reached by way of a hit. 3 singles, 2 doubles. 3 runs in, still 2 aboard and no one out. And the batter, Tucker Bates. First one to Bates over for a strike. Next one low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Kelly at second, Montoya at first. A little daylight out there at second base, no throw back, and the pitch to the plate is outside, and it's 2-1. Ball 4 to Tucker Bates will load the bases as Kelly goes to third, Montoya to second, and aboard at first with the walk is Bates and the batter Noah Ackman. First one to Ackman low for ball 1. Yeah, the next pitch high and the count 2-0. And a ground ball back up the middle. That's into center field. 1 run will score. Going to wave another one around. Here comes a throw to the plate. It is not in time. A little bit off the mark and over the head of the catcher, Talbot. And that allows the hitter Ackman to advance to second base. Give him credit for a 2-run single as Kelly scores and Montoya scores. Bates goes around to third base. And again, as the throw goes to the plate, Ackman goes to second base. He got a good read, I think, over around first base. He was going to take off anyway, and just made it that much easier. The fact that the ball got away from the catcher was no play at the plate. And a pitch to Logan Livingston over for a strike. It is a 5-run bottom of the first inning for the Gauchos. A high fly ball into left field. Going to be a long run out there, and it's over the head of the left fielder, Rodriguez. 1 run will score. And they're going to send another one around. Here comes a relay throw, and not in time. Hustling to get around all the way from second base there. Ackman had to wait to make sure that Rodriguez wasn't going to be able to bring that one in. And then he scores from second. Livingston goes all the way around to third base. So it'll go as a 2 RBI double. And then Livingston to third on the throw. Seven-run bottom of the first inning for the Gauchos. And now the batter, Tim Pettit. Still nobody out. All 8 hitters have reached base safely as the pitch to Pettit is over for a strike. And the next one over for a strike, and it's 0-2. And plate umpire maybe thought about it there, but that's a ball, and it's 1-2. Page checks the runner at third and delivers a ball fouled off on the first base side. And that ball popped up just out of the reach of the second baseman, Yeskes, and into center field. Another run in on an RBI base hit from Tim Pettit. It's now an 8-run first inning. No activity at all in the Desert Dogs dugout or bullpen. And I'm surprised that there hasn't been a visit here, if nothing else, just to give Nathan Page a breather. 9 hitters reached to start the ball game. 8 hits and a walk. The first one of Mason Peart is over for a strike. Runner goes and a ball into right field, and a catch made. There's the first down of the inning. So Bedini puts it away for out number one as Peart is retired, and the batter is Dominic Zamora. First pitch to Zamora, over for a strike. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the first inning, 8-0 our score. And a pitch off the plate and a count 1-1. And a pop up. First base side, that's going to get out of play. And they count 1-2. And the 1-2 is a breaking ball. That's high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the runner takes off, throw down to first, and now play back to second base, and the ball bobbled and then tossed into shallow center field. So the runner ends up at second base. Again, they had him picked off over there, leaning at first base. The throw went that way. But not able to execute on the rundown play. The runner at second, 2-2 they count on Zamora. And a pitch low, and it's 3-2. Out in front there, and the ball popped foul out of play on the first base side. And that ball hit well down the left field line, but a foul ball. Check back in the next pitch. Breaking ball over for a called third strike. Zamora knew it, and he heads to the dugout. 2 away in the inning. Now the batter, Hunter Kabowski. And the first one to Kabowski, over for a strike. 2 outs and a runner at second. It's an 8-run bottom of the first for the Gauchos. And the next one over for a strike, and it's 0-2. And a breaking ball down in the dirt, picked up, and a toss on to first base. That is in time. It's a strikeout and a 2-3 put out to end the inning, but it's an 8-run first for the Gauchos, and after one they lead the Desert Dogs 8-0. Nate Montoya going after the first pitch here in the second, fouls it back and out of play. It's Montoya, Knipple, and Bedini for the Desert Dogs in the second inning. Yeah, the next pitch low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1. It's bounced in there. 2 balls and a strike. And Desert Dawgs in a hole here. Again, they had a couple of base runners in the first inning, but couldn't get a run across. We'll see how they go the rest of the way as the next pitch is low. 3-1. And that'll miss for ball 4. So good start for the Dawgs here. Get a leadoff walk. For the Gauchos, of course, you scratch your head a little bit. You come out and get 8 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and then the last thing you want is a walk to begin the next inning. But quite a cushion for Durrell here in the early going anyway, and now he'll face Justin Knippel, the third baseman. And he'll come right back and start him off with a strike at the knees. Now a ground ball to short. Go to second base for an out. On to first base. That's not in time, but they do get the lead runner. A 6-4 force retires Montoya. Knippel aboard on a fielder's choice. And the batter is Angelo Bedini. Runner takes off and a fly ball into center field. Feeling there to make the play, and that's out number 2 as Knippel retreats to first base. Now 2 away for Adrian Talbot. And a high chopper fielded right by the bag at second, and Kelly taps the bag to force Knippel, and that ends the inning. A fielder's choice off the bat of Talbot, and the Desert Dawgs done in the second. No runs, no hits, a walk and a runner left after an inning and a half. Desert Dawgs trail by a score of 8-0. Kyle Owens, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the second inning for the Gauchos, and he takes low and in, ball 1. And the next one fouled off, and the count 1-1. And we get back to play, and there's a line drive into center field. A base hit. Kyle Owens with a leadoff single. And a first pitch to Trevor Phelan fouled out of play on the first base side. So we're back to the top of the order for the Gauchos. And runner goes, swing and a miss, and a throw to second base. Not in time. It actually got through the legs of the shortstop Chavez into center field. So a stolen base for Owens. Nothing to score. Playing in the bottom of the second. And that ball punched down the left field line, but foul by a couple of feet, and it's 0-2. Phelan with the single and a run scored back in the first. 8 runs, 8 hits, plus a walk in that first inning. Couple of, one error anyway. And a ground ball to the second baseman. Esquez on to first in time. Runner moves up 90 feet. So a 4-3 ground out of Phelan pushes Owens to third base. And the batter is Noah Tippery. And a breaking ball high for ball one. Tippery with an RBI double his first time up. And that pitch over for a high strike, and the count 1-1. I'm going to say that went around on the check swing there. And the count goes to 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball popped up first base side. That's playable over there. And caught by the first baseman Montoya for out number 2. Brings up Tyler Durrell, who's singled in the first. Ball low and away and off the glove of the catcher to the backstop it goes, and a run is in as Owens scores on the wild pitch to make it 9-0. And a ball fouled back out of play, and the count 1-1. 8 runs in the first, another run here in the second for the Gauchos. And a breaking ball over for a strike, and the count 1-2. Next one low and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a slow tapper over to the right side. Esquez bobbles, picks up, throws in time at first base. And that is a 4-3 ground out to end the inning. Gauchos add a run after 2. They lead 9-0. Eduardo Jimenez, the leadoff hitter for the Desert Dogs in the top of the third. Takes one that got spiked in there for ball 1. And there's a line shot past the third baseman Bates and into left field. So that's a leadoff base hit for Jimenez. And the Desert Dawgs have a runner aboard. Now with Jimenez at first base, the batter is Noah Huerta. Durrell, the right-hander, with the first pitch on the way. There's a two-hopper snared on the backhand side, and a long throw across to first base, and in time. I said backhand side. It was on that side, but Bates got the glove across, didn't ever turn it over on the backhand side. Just reached the glove way across his body. And then the throw to first base was in time. I think it's Dominic Zamora over there at first base now. And again, the defense is sort of a free substitution deal, so you got to have changes throughout the game and every inning, or even more between hitters, I suppose. As Gabe Yesquez takes low for ball one. Gabe walked to start the ball game. And next pitch is low, and the count's 2-0. Bright sunny day, clear skies here in Phoenix as we get a tapper up the middle behind the mound, fielded there, and an easy toss onto first base is in time. As Kelly throws out Yesquez 6-3 on the put out at first base. Jimenez moves to third, and the batter is Alex Chavez. Chavez called out on strikes his first time up. And that one spiked in there, stopped by Pettit. Desert Dawgs down 9-0 in the championship game of the Upperclass Division of the Meltdown Classic. And the next pitch inside, and the count's 2-0. And the next one low and away, 3 balls and no strikes. After the timeout, the 3-0 pitch. On the inside corner, a strike, 3-1. And now that's ball 4 as Chavez goes to first base. And now 2 on with 2 outs for the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Michael Martinez. And a ball into left field, down for a base hit, and the Desert Dawgs are on the board. An RBI single for Michael Martinez makes it 9-1. And that ball bounced in, and that'll get the runners up 90 feet. As Nathan Page is at the plate for the Desert Dawgs. He had a base hit his first time up. Next pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. And a high chopper and a ground ball that gets into left field. And that'll bring in another run, an RBI single for Page. It makes it 9-2. Vasquez back on the field as a courtesy runner. We'll get a timeout, and it looks like we're going to get a pitching change. We play in the bottom of the third inning. Desert Dogs have scored twice and trail 9-2. And back to play. And the first pitch to Danny Rodriguez, low for ball 1. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in for the Desert Dogs in the third. And there's a fly ball into center field. Should end the inning. It's carrying on. It's going to get over the head of the center fielder, Phelan. 1 run will score. They're going to try a relay throw to the plate, and it is not in time. And so it becomes a 2-run double for Danny Rodriguez, and the Desert Dogs working their way back into it here as they have scored 4 times in the third, and they trail 9-4. And a curveball to Nate Montoya over for strike 1. Check back to second base. And the next pitch is high, 1-1. And the ball fouled back out of play, and they count 1-2. A 4-run top of the third inning for the Desert Dogs. They trail 9-4. Big breaking ball high, 2-2. Durrell with a set as he looks back to second base. The 2-2 pitch. And a breaking ball got him on a swing and a miss. And a strikeout ends the inning, but a good one for the Desert Dogs. They score 4 times on 4 hits. They leave 1, and after 2.5 trail by a score of 9-4. Four, 5, and 6 in the order for the Gauchos in the bottom of the third. Jake Kelly takes strike 1. And the next pitch, breaking ball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kelly, Montoya, and Bates for the Gauchos. And there's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. And Page back to it, the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball away, 3-2. And that pitch over a called third strike, and Kelly knew it. Third strikeout of the ball game for Nathan Page. And now he goes after Isaiah Montoya. And the first one of Montoya, a strike. Isaiah had a base hit and scored his first time up. After fouling the last pitch out of play, down no balls and 2 strikes. And a fastball, that's punched foul down the left side. We stay at 0-2. And that grounded over to the first baseman. Picked up there, and Montoya grounds out to Montoya. Nate, the first baseman, picks up the ground ball from the bat of Isaiah. So it's a 3 unassisted put out, 2 away in the inning, and the batter, Tucker Bates. Bates walked and scored his first time up. Takes a breaking ball inside, 1-1 the count. And a breaking ball over for a strike. It's 1-2. And a ball fouled out of play. Next one low and away, and it's 2-2. And that ball fouled off. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the third. Gauchos leading by a score of 9-4. And a breaking ball over for a called third strike. Best inning of the afternoon for Nathan Page. It's a 3-up, 3-down third. He's got 4 strikeouts now through 3 innings and holds the Gauchos at bay in the third. After 3, it's still 9-4. Desert Dogs into bat in the top of the 4th inning, and a pitching change as Justin Knipple takes low for ball 1 from Trevor Phelan. Few changes for the Gauchos here in the 4th inning as the next one is low and it's 2-0. Phelan on to pitch. Noah Tippery goes from left field to center field. Tucker Bates moves from third base to left field. And Noah Ackman, the new third baseman. There's a pitch for a strike, and they count 2-1. And next pitch bounced in there, 3-1. And that'll miss for a ball, and Knipple goes to first base. Leadoff walk for the Desert Dogs in the top of the 4th inning as they trail 9-4. And runner takes off, and the throw to second base is not in time. Angelo Bedini at the plate. Now 2-0 the count on Bedini. And a ground ball down the third base line and a foul ball. Now 3 balls and a strike on Bedini. Adrian Talbot next for the Desert Dogs. Championship game of the Meltdown Classic from Papago Park. And there's a pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-2. Bedini with a fly ball to center field, his first time up. Throw back to second base, but that's off the glove of the second baseman. Runner not able to advance. And a slow ground ball over to the right side. That'll move the runner up. Throw on to first base is in time, and that's out number 1. Kyle Owens now in at second base. So Bedini out on the ground ball. Canepo goes to third base, and Adrian Talbot steps in. 9-4 the score. Gauchos got 8 runs at the bottom of the first, added another one in the second to lead 9-0. Desert Dogs bounced back with 4 runs in the top of the third inning. And that's where we're at as we play in the top of the fourth. Fastball misses inside. Now 2 balls and a strike on Talbot. And a high chopper knocked down. Owens recovers but throws late to first base. And a run is in to make it 9-5. Talbot comes out for a courtesy runner as Angelo Bedini is back out to run at first base. So 1 on, 1 out, a run in for the Desert Dogs. The batter is Eduardo Jimenez. And Jimenez with a fly ball into center field. That's going to burn the center fielder. Tippery came in and then has it sail over his head. Bedini's going to be waved around and will score without a relay throw. It's an RBI double for Jimenez, and it's 9-6. Now the batter, Noah Huerta. Pitch comes out early there to Huerta for ball one. Now 2-0. To the number 11 hitter in the order, the leadoff man, Yeska's next. Pitch over for a strike, 3-1. And there's a well-hit fly ball, left center field, and that's going to bounce on a couple of hops, roll to the fence. And Huerta going to be waved to third base, and the throw is late. RBI triple, and it's 9-7. Jimenez scores. Huerta to third, and now the tying run comes to the plate with one out in the top of the fourth inning. We'll turn the order over, but first a Gauchos timeout. Playing in the top of the fourth, it's 9-7. Logan Livingston on to pitch for the Gauchos in the fourth. First one to give Yeskis over for a strike. And the next one low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Huerta at third base with 1 out in the inning. And a fly ball should get the run in. Tippery over, under it, makes the catch. Runner will tag, a relay throw to the plate, and not in time. So Yeskis with a deep enough fly ball into center field to get Noah Huerta home. And the Desert Dogs follow up a 4-run third inning with a 4-run fourth, and they've cut it to 9-8. Now Alex Chavez will try to start it again with 2 outs and the bases empty. First one to Chavez misses for a ball. And the next one misses, 2 balls and no strikes. And 3 balls and no strikes on Alex Chavez. And a pitch for a strike, 3-1. And a pop-up into shallow right, long run, and it's the second baseman Owens over there, but he can't make the play. So Chavez dumps one in for a single. And now the tying run is aboard for the Desert Dogs in the top of the fourth. Batter is Michael Martinez, who had an RBI single his last time up. And a fly ball to center field, and that's going to get over the head of the center fielder, Tippery. Looked as though he had his feet set, thinking he was going to make the play, and then all of a sudden has to backpedal. And a throw plateward is not in time, and the Desert Dogs have stormed all the way back. They were down 9-0, and they have responded with 9 straight, and they have tied it here in the championship game of the Meltdown Classic. RBI double for Michael Martinez. And we start fresh, playing in the top of the fourth inning. Now a go-ahead run at second with two away for Nathan Page, who has a couple of base hits. And a breaking ball outside for ball one. And a ground ball hit into the hole at short and thrown on to first base. Nice stretch for Montoya at first to pick up the throw. And a 6-3 ground out ends the Desert Dogs' fourth inning, but they score 5 times in the top of the fourth. And at the midpoint of the ball game, we're tied at 9. Noah Ackman leads off in the fourth inning for Gauchos White. Got out of the hands there, pulls that one down the line in right field, and a running catch. That's hauled in for out number one. Now, maybe the happiest guy on the field at this point is Nathan Page. Got knocked around a little bit in the first inning. 8 runs and 8 hits, but he fights through it and now has retired 7 in a row. And meanwhile, his team has gotten their bats going. They've come back, scored 9 straight. So we're tied at 9, playing in the bottom of the fourth. It's ball 1 to Livingston. Logan had a 2-run double his first time up. Lifts a high fly ball into left field. Just about flat-footed there. The left fielder makes the play. Nicely positioned. 2 outs on 4 pitches for Page, and now we'll go after Tim Pettit, the catcher. Pettit had an RBI single his first time up. And first pitch misses for a ball. Ball fouled out of play on the third base side, and it's 1-1. Now 2 balls and a strike. And there's a fly ball into right center, and not going to get that one. That's down for a base hit. Now going to try to stretch it into a double, and the throw is not in time. So hustle double for the catcher Pettit. Livingston back on to run for Pettit at second base, and the batter is Mason Peart. First pitch low, ball 1. And a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-1. And another breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-2. Now that double from Pettit stopped a string of 8 in a row retired by Nathan Page. Trying to make it 9 out of 10, and he'll do that as he gets a called third strike to retire Peart. And Gauchos are turned away in the bottom of the fourth inning. They get a 2-out double, leave the runner at second after 4. It's 9-9. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Desert Dogs in the top of the 5th inning. Danny Rodriguez takes a curveball Up and in for ball one. Rodriguez with a 2-run double his last time up. 1 for 2 on the day, and there's a line drive and a base hit into left field. So make him 2 for 3. And a leadoff hit in the top of the 5th inning for the Desert Dogs. Now the batter is Nate Montoya. First one low and away, ball one. And a high fly ball into straightaway center field. And that's out number one. Desert Dogs went 3-0 in pool play. Wins over AZ Pro 5-3. They beat Gauchos Red 13-4, and they beat the Stampede 7-1. And there's a ball dumped down into right field. Going to throw on to first base, and it's in time. Ganepple started to make a turn as though he thought it was going to, well, he knew it was dropped in, but I think he just thought it was going to be a single into right, and instead he is thrown out for out number 2. So a 9-3 put out moves Rodriguez to second base, and the batter is Angelo Bedini. First one to Bedini, a strike. And the next one inside, and it's 1-1. And Livingston with the next pitch, and a breaking ball, called a ball, 2-1. Fouled off at the plate. They count 2-2. And a big breaking ball over for a called third strike, and that will end the Desert Dogs fail to score in the 5th after 4.5, still tied at 9. Bottom 3 in the order for the Gauchos in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dominic Zamora with a half swing and a breaking ball out in front of it, and it's a swing and a miss, strike 1. And the 0-1 fouled off down the third base line. It's 0-2. And a swing and a miss. So 3 quick strikes on Zamora and 1 away in the Gaucho 5th. The batter is Hunter Kabowski. And a pitch over for a strike. Was the 6th strikeout for Nathan Page. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And back-to-back strikeouts. Again on 3 pitches, so Kabowski out on strikes for the 2nd time. Strikeout number 7 for Page, and now go after Kyle Owens. Owens with a base hit his first time up. Takes inside for ball one. Page threw 47 pitches in the first inning. Here is pitch number 100. And it's a breaking ball over for a strike. It's 1-1. 47 pitches in the first. He threw 16 in the second, 17 in the third. Got by on just 12 pitches in the fourth. And pitch number 9 of this inning is a swing and a miss, strike 2. He's thrown 9 pitches in the inning, 8 for strikes. 2 outs, base is empty, and a 1-2 pitch. And a fly ball into left field. Not going to strike out this side, but has another 3-up, 3-down inning as that ball is put away in left field. And the inning is over through 5 innings of play from Papago Park. We're still tied at 9. Bottom 3 in the order for the Desert Dogs in the top of the 6th inning. First one to Adrian Tomball, low and away for a ball. The 1-0 pitch is bounced in. 2 balls and no strikes. Next pitch over for a strike, and the count 2-1. And a fastball hit right back up the middle. Picked up on a backhand, and a throw on to first base is in time. Had to go a little ways to get that one, but nice play on the backhand. And a 4-3 ground out begins the 6th inning. One away for Eduardo Jimenez. And a big curveball over for a strike to Jimenez, who has a single and an RBI double in 2 at-bats. And a fly ball hit well out to center field. Long run and over the head of the center fielder, and that'll be a double for Jimenez, his 3rd hit of the day. So the go-ahead run at second base with 1 out for the Desert Dogs in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 9-9 ball game as the Gauchos scored 8 in the first and 1 in the second. They have been held down since. The Desert Dogs came back with 4 runs in the 3rd inning and 5 runs in the 4th. Breaking ball over for a strike to Noah Huerta. Another breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-2. And a breaking ball fouled out of play down the right side. That breaking ball hits Huerta, not what Livingston wanted to do on an 0-2 pitch for sure. But yeah, just a piece of him. Jimenez still at second, now Huerta at first for Gabe Yescas. Yescas trying to bunt, and it's foul at the plate, strike 1. And a curveball low, the count 1-1. 2 on with 1 out, top of the 6th inning, 9-9 our score. And the Upperclass Division Championship game of the Meltdown Classic. Inside with the next one, 2-1 the count. And a pitch off the plate, 3-1. And then ball stroked into center field. It's caught. Runner way off the bag. Lost track of the situation there, perhaps. And it's a much needed double play. So fly ball to center field, the second out. And then Jimenez doubled up at second base to end the inning. No runs, one hit plus a hit batter, just one runner left after 5.5, still 9-9. It's the top of the order here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trevor Phelan fouled the first pitch out of play. And another soft line drive, foul outside of third base. And the count 0-2. Phelan with a single and a run in the first and a ground out in the second. Tippery and Durrell scheduled to follow for the Gauchos here in the 6th inning. And a ground ball rolled out to second. Scooped up onto first base in time. Leadoff man retired. As Esquez throws out Phelan at first base. One away for Noah Tippery. Nathan Page still out there for the Desert Dogs in his 6th inning of work. He's gone 5 1/3 innings. Thrown 105 pitches. And a fastball inside for ball one. Tippery with an RBI double in the 1st inning, and then he fouled out in the 2nd. Next one low and away, 2-0. And a line drive, and that's down the left field line. A base hit, and they'll hold the runner at first. Tippery with a 1-out base hit. Now the go-ahead run aboard at first for the Gauchos. Runner goes. The pitch low and no play at second base. So a stolen base for Tippery. Now the go-ahead run in scoring position. 9-9 our score in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Upperclass Division Championship game of the Meltdown Classic. Yeah, next pitch low, 2-0. The Gauchos white, they went 3-0 in pool play. Wins over the Bears 8-4. Huskies gold 13-0. Tucson Cowboys 5-0. So they had allowed just 4 runs in their 3 pool games. And a ground ball out to second base. And Esquez fields another one and throws to first base. 2 away in the inning. Tippery goes to third. So now that go ahead run 90 feet away with 2 outs in the inning, and the batter will be Jake Kelly. And that ball bounced in, trickles away, and that would have been the go-ahead run, but more than likely I would bet that Tippery probably didn't get a very good read on that ball, the way it was blocked by Talbot and it trickled away from him. Talbot's body probably screened the ball a little bit for Tippery over at third. And the 1-0. Ball inside, 2-0. Check of the runner and the 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, 2-1. We'll look ahead to the 7th inning for the Desert Dogs. They'll send up 2, 3, and 4 in the order. And ball fouled off at the plate, and they count 2-2. After a timeout, the 2-2 pitch is maybe inside, for sure low, and it's 3-2. That was pitch number 116. And a ground ball and a fair ball, and that will bring in the go-ahead run. And now Kelly going to try for second base, and he'll be in. It's an RBI double, and it's 10-9. Still nobody throwing in the Desert Dogs bullpen as the first one to Montoya misses for ball 1. Isaiah Montoya, first baseman for the Gauchos, 1 for 2 today. Trying to move Kelly around from second base. And that ball fouled back. And a swing and a miss, and Montoya strikes out to end the inning. Gauchos get the tie-breaking run in the bottom of the 6th. We'll head to the 7th. It's 10-9. Alex Chavez, the leadoff hitter for the Desert Dogs in the top of the 7th. Took ball 1. The next pitch over for a strike, and the count 1-1. Now 2 balls and a strike. Desert Dogs down a run, batting in the top of the 7th. And now pitch for a strike, and it's 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Chavez strikes out, 1 away in the inning. Logan Livingston has come on and done a nice job in relief. First hitter he faced hit a sacrifice fly to bring in a run to make it 9-8. And then he gave up a single, and then an RBI double to tie it at 9. But since then, scoreless, so he's gone 3 1/3 innings and given up just 1 run. Next one outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 7th inning. Desert Dogs trailing by a score of 10-9. And that ball popped up. That'll get foul first base side, and they count 2-1. And that is a strike to Martinez, and they counts 2-2. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 7th inning. 3 strikeouts in the game for Livingston, and now he'll go after Nathan Page with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. breaking ball. It's over for a strike. A ball and a strike on Page, who is 2 for 3 today. And a slow tapper over to third, charging, fielding, throwing, not in time. And the tying run aboard with 2 outs in the inning. Bates did what he could charging, but that was a soft hit ball. Playing back behind the bag and tied against the line or along the line. So that'll be an infield hit, third hit of the ball game for Page. And again, the tying run is on at first. With 2 away in the 7th, the batter Danny Rodriguez. First pitch high, ball 1. And a breaking ball over for a strike at the count 1-1. And another breaking ball for a strike and the count 1-2. Runner at first base and 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And the runner goes, and it's a called third strike. And that will do it as Livingston strikes out the side in the 7th, gives up an infield hit. And that is it. As the Gauchos white capture the championship of the Upperclass Division in the 2016 Meltdown Classic. We'll get you the totals on the ball game for the Desert Dogs. 9 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on base. For the Gauchos, 10 runs on 12 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 3 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Logan Livingston. Nathan Page goes a complete game through 121 pitches and takes the loss for the Desert Dogs in this championship game. We play 2 hours and 3 minutes from Papago Park and wrap it up here in the championship game of the Meltdown Classic. Again, congratulations to the Gauchos white. They are the Upperclass Division champions in the 2016 Meltdown Classic, and so that will do it. Again, our final score, it's the Gauchos 10 and the Desert Dogs 9 from Papago Park. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long, and we hope to talk to you again soon.